Hi, welcome to Fiction Fingers Fairy Channel. Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories. And don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you. Nancy's words struck a chord with Lisa as she connected the dots between Harry's past feelings and their current predicament. Perhaps Harry hasn't fully moved on from their breakup, she speculated, her tone reflecting a growing sense of unease. Tiara felt a surge of apprehension at the mention of Harry's name, her mind racing with memories of their tumultuous relationship. Could Harry be seeking revenge for their past heartbreak? She wondered silently, her heart pounding with uncertainty. Nancy's gaze softened as she turned to Lisa, her eyes reflecting a shared sense of concern. If Harry still harbors feelings for Tiara, he could be a potential suspect in her demise, she suggested, her voice filled with apprehension. Lisa nodded in agreement, her expression grave as she considered the possibility of Harry's involvement. "We can't rule out any possibilities until we have all the facts," she affirmed, her voice steady with determination. As Tiara reflected on Harry's actions on that fateful day, a sense of disbelief washed over her. "Harry was the one who helped me search for them," she murmured to herself, her voice tinged with confusion as she tried to reconcile his kindness with the accusations against him. Her mind raced with memories of Harry's unwavering support throughout the day. "He made sure I ate brunch because I skipped breakfast," she recalled silently, her heart heavy with gratitude for his thoughtfulness amidst the chaos. But despite her appreciation for Harry's gestures, Tiara couldn't shake off the doubts lingering in her mind. Could Harry really be capable of harming me? She questioned herself, her thoughts swirling with uncertainty. Suddenly Tiara was jolted by a startling revelation. She found herself standing in Harry's home. "How did I end up here?" she questioned herself, her heart pounding with a mix of surprise and confusion as she took in her surroundings. As she looked around Harry's home, memories flooded back to her, memories of laughter, tears, and shared moments with Harry. "I never expected to find myself here," she admitted silently, her emotions swirling with a mixture of nostalgia and apprehension. Tiara felt a sense of urgency wash over her. "I need answers," she resolved silently, her determination burning bright. As Tiara entered Harry's home, she was startled to find Harry engaged in conversation with Dennis. "What's going on here?" she questioned herself, her mind racing with confusion as she observed the unexpected scene before her. Tiara's heart pounded with a mix of emotions as she tried to make sense of the situation. What could they possibly be discussing? She wondered silently, her mind racing with questions and doubts. As Dennis rose from his seat with gratitude, Tiara watched in confusion. "Thank you, Harry," Dennis expressed his appreciation, breaking the silence that had settled over the room. Harry offered a nod of acknowledgement. "I'm just doing what I can," he replied modestly, his voice tinged with sincerity as he reassured Dennis of his assistance. Tiara's mind buzzed with questions as she struggled to comprehend the interaction unfolding before her. How did Dennis contact Harry? She wondered silently, her thoughts racing as she tried to make sense of the situation. Dennis glanced towards Harry, a sense of gratitude evident in his expression. "I appreciate your help, especially during this difficult time," he added, his tone reflecting genuine appreciation for Harry's support. Harry's gaze softened as he responded to Dennis's gratitude. "I'm here for you, Dennis," he reassured him, his voice steady with unwavering support. Tiara's confusion deepened as she observed the exchange between Dennis and Harry. How did they become involved with each other? She pondered silently, her mind grappling with the unexpected connection between the two. Dennis offered a faint smile. "I'll let you know if I need anything else," he promised, his gratitude evident as he prepared to take his leave. Harry nodded in understanding. "Take care, Dennis," he replied warmly, his voice carrying a sense of sincerity as he watched Dennis depart. With unanswered questions swirling in her mind, Tiara's determination to unravel the mystery only grew stronger. "I need to find out more about their connection," she resolved silently, her resolve burning bright as she prepared to delve deeper into the secrets that lay hidden within her demise. As Dennis left Harry's house, Tiara listened intently to the quiet murmurs of Harry's voice. "Tiara, if only you were still with me, none of this would have happened. Forgive me, Tiara," Harry spoke softly to himself, his words heavy with remorse and regret. Tiara was taken aback by Harry's words, her heart skipping a beat at the unexpected confession. What does he mean? She wondered silently, her mind swirling with confusion as she tried to decipher Harry's cryptic message. Harry's voice wavered with emotion as he continued to speak to himself. "I never meant for things to turn out this way," he admitted, his tone tinged with sorrow as he grappled with the weight of his words. Harry's voice grew softer, filled with a sense of longing. "I miss you, Tiara," he confessed, his words echoing in the empty room as he voiced the depth of his emotions. With a heavy heart, Harry fell silent, lost in his thoughts and regrets. "I wish things could have been different," he murmured softly to himself, his words a lament for the lost possibilities of their relationship. As Tiara grappled with the perplexing events unfolding around her, she found herself submerged in a sea of unanswered questions. "I don't understand what's happening," she murmured to herself, her mind reeling with confusion as she tried to make sense of the tangled web of circumstances. The sudden encounter between Dennis and Harry left Tiara bewildered. Why did Dennis meet with Harry? She pondered silently, her thoughts swirling with uncertainty as she tried to comprehend their unexpected connection. The revelation that Dennis had withdrawn all their shared funds and transferred them to his own account only added to Tiara's sense of bewilderment. Why would Dennis do that? She questioned herself, her mind racing with suspicions about his motives. Tiara couldn't shake off the doubts planted by Lisa and Nancy's suspicions towards Dennis. Why do they suspect Dennis? She wondered, her thoughts clouded by uncertainty as she tried to unravel the mysteries surrounding his actions. Amidst the chaos of unanswered questions, Tiara found herself grappling with the most haunting inquiry of all: who was responsible for her demise? Who truly killed me? She asked herself, her voice filled with a mixture of fear and determination to uncover the truth. Several months had passed since Tiara's untimely demise, yet the mystery surrounding her death remained unresolved. Despite relentless investigations and inquiries, the truth of who had taken Tiara's life remained elusive, casting a shadow of uncertainty over those left behind. Nancy and Lisa had distanced themselves from Dennis, their suspicions pointing accusing fingers at him for Tiara's murder. "I just can't shake the feeling that Dennis had something to do with it," Nancy confessed to Lisa one evening, her voice laced with unease as they discussed the ongoing investigation. Lisa nodded in agreement, her expression mirroring Nancy's concerns. "It's hard to believe, but the evidence seems to point in his direction," she replied, her tone heavy with the weight of their suspicions. Despite their once close relationship with Dennis, Nancy and Lisa couldn't ignore the doubts gnawing at their minds. "I never thought he'd be capable of something like this," Nancy admitted, her voice tinged with regret as she reflected on their friendship with Dennis. As the days turned into weeks and then months, the rift between Dennis and Tiara's friends widened. "It's hard to believe we used to be so close," Lisa remarked sadly, her gaze distant as she recalled happier times spent together. Nancy nodded in agreement, a pang of sadness tugging at her heart as she remembered the laughter and camaraderie they had once shared. "But we have to prioritize finding out the truth," she reminded Lisa, her voice firm with resolve as they remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice. Despite the passage of time, the specter of Tiara's death continued to haunt them all. "We won't rest until we uncover the truth," Nancy vowed, her voice filled with determination as they refused to give up hope of finding closure for their beloved friend. And as the investigation into Tiara's murder pressed on, Nancy and Lisa remained united in their quest for answers, knowing that only by uncovering the truth could they find solace and peace amidst the lingering shadows of grief. In the midst of accusations and suspicions, Dennis found himself engulfed in a wave of sadness at being falsely accused of Tiara's murder. "I can't believe they think I could do something like this," he confided to a close friend, his voice heavy with the weight of unjust accusations. Despite the turmoil surrounding him, Dennis found some solace in the fact that the police had been unable to find any evidence linking him to Tiara's death. "I just want to clear my name and move on from this nightmare," he expressed to his friend, a glimmer of hope shining through his sadness. As Dennis awaited his fate, he couldn't shake off the lingering sense of injustice that gnawed at him. "I'm innocent, but I feel like everyone sees me as guilty," he lamented to himself, his heart heavy with the burden of suspicion. The days turned into weeks, and the investigation into Tiara's murder continued without any breakthroughs. "I just want the truth to come out," Dennis admitted to his lawyer, his voice tinged with frustration as he grappled with the uncertainty of his situation. Despite the lack of evidence against him, Dennis couldn't escape the shadow of doubt that hung over him. "Will people ever believe in my innocence?" he wondered aloud, his voice filled with uncertainty as he pondered his future. As the days passed, Dennis struggled to rebuild his life amidst the whispers and accusations that followed him. "I just want to put this behind me and move forward," he confided to a trusted confidant, his voice tinged with determination as he sought to reclaim his reputation. And as time marched on, Dennis clung to the hope that one day, the truth would emerge. "I just have to be patient and trust in the process," he reminded himself, his voice filled with quiet resolve as he awaited the day when justice would prevail. Meanwhile, Harry, Tiara's ex-boyfriend, continued to grapple with the profound sadness of Tiara's death. Despite his own grief, he remained a source of encouragement and support for Dennis, whom he had developed a friendship with over time. "I can't imagine what you're going through, but I believe in your innocence," Harry reassured Dennis, his voice filled with empathy as he offered words of solace. As Harry navigated his own sorrow, he found solace in extending compassion to Dennis, despite the suspicions surrounding him. "Tiara wouldn't want us to turn against each other," Harry expressed to Dennis, his words carrying a sense of conviction as he emphasized their shared loss. Despite the doubts cast upon Dennis, Harry remained steadfast in his belief in Dennis's integrity. "You're a good person, Dennis. Don't let anyone make you doubt that," he encouraged, his voice unwavering in its support for Dennis. As they leaned on each other for support, Harry and Dennis forged a bond grounded in mutual understanding and empathy. "We'll get through this together," Harry assured Dennis, his voice tinged with determination as they faced the challenges ahead. Despite the complexities of their situation, Harry remained resolute in his belief that justice would prevail. One day, Harry's phone rang and he quickly answered it. It was a call from the police station requesting his immediate presence. His heart skipped a beat as he listened to the officer on the other end, informing him that it pertained to Tiara's death. "I'll be there as soon as possible," Harry replied, his voice tinged with urgency as he hastily prepared to leave for the police station. As Harry made his way to the police station, his mind raced with a flurry of emotions and thoughts. As Harry arrived at the police station, he was taken aback to find Tiara's parents already present. Their solemn expressions mirrored the gravity of the situation, and Harry felt a pang of sympathy for their loss. To be continued.